the worst part in this session because I'm between you and your food. So I promise to be very, very short. And actually the previous presentation was a very nice start for what I would like to say. But first, I have a question for you. What do you see? It's a Miami Shore beach. But actually, it's not the Miami Shore beach. It's just a representation of what we are talking about today. Because what we see here is information asymmetry. The sea is the knowledge and the funds for research in agriculture and bioeconomy. The huge towers blocking the view to this sea are the huge research institutes, already existing cooperations, mostly from Western European countries. Where we are behind those huge skyscrapers. So what we need is to look over them or build our own tower. So actually what we would like to do, we would like to build at least just a small tower with BioEast and with the help of the Polish and the Slovakian and the V4 countries, just to be able to see what we are missing and just to be able to connect to that ocean of funding and knowledge. Knowledge is even more important than funding. So our vision of BioEast is to build our own sea tower to overcome this information asymmetry. And what we did already, just a short brief of what we already did, is the building a triple helix, a real multi-stakeholder approach on a national level. Our core team comprised the Ministry of Agriculture as a coordinating team leader with intergovernmental, so national and international tasks, lobbying tasks. Very important, the National Chamber of Agriculture, providing the sectoral stakeholder involvement. So we always hear the voice of the farmers and the processors. They lobby for us on national level with the farmers, and very important with local governmental level. They have their possibility. And on international level, in Copa-Cogeca, there is a subgroup, a working group on research, and I was just invited last week to present our initiative. So I think we have a very good international representations on farmer level as well. And the V4 Chambers is also a strong network where we can hear our voice. And last but not least is our institute, which should provide the scientific background for this initiative. But I think it's very important that we are at least three of us. This is the first stable construction, a chair with 3 legs. So it's very important. So we are sort of foundation of that tower. And the other foundation of that tower are the countries. V4 Declaration, the Polish Regional Forum, so everything which is coming from this area. What we done, the famous picture with the gray zone of not having bioeconomic strategies, and also we can say not having agricultural science or agricultural research strategies. So what we have done, we define the challenges. This is a good image representation of the challenges and the actions. Initiate cooperation, provide evidence base, we lack data, so we are really looking forward for the follow-up of the observatory, bioeconomy observatory, define research needs, that's why we are here now, improve skills, language skills in Central Eastern European countries is very important, we have to work on that. Develop funding synergies, so we were really happy to hear about the EFSI funds and the regional possibilities. It's another area, another ecosystem which we should learn, and it's not easy. And also increase visibility. And a very important step in increasing visibility was on your chair. It's the first English language compass about research in our region. So also what we have done, we started a lot of activities. I will not tell you all of these. It is on the web page where you can look at it. I just mentioned 3 very important ones. The first very important one was what I already mentioned at the Agriculture Fair 2 years ago, when we decided that we should do something with this issue that we are lacking on Horizon 2020 funds and knowledge. And also it started the common thinking, and it provided the basis for our vision, which is now going into action. The second very important one is what we heard before me, is the V4+3 declaration. I think that we have a political background. It is very important to achieve our goals. And I hope that this afternoon we will do the third one, which I think it's a very huge milestone to validate our research needs. What are the focus areas? We have 2 themes, not just 3. Climate change challenges, which I think we heard a lot of very important themes in the previous presentation. What we try to focus, and we would like to think together with you, is how is it specific about our macro region? How is it specific in Central Eastern Europe? So we found one of them is connecting us is climate, the Pannonian and continental climate, which is different from all the rest of Europe. And we have these topics. And the first topic, sustainable intensification and maintaining soil conditions and improving water management. The second one, sustainable extensification. And the last one, the freshwater fish production, will be one of the 3 topics which we discuss this afternoon from this theme. And the second theme, where we think that we have a special issue, is about policy, governance, and social challenges. I think this is another big theme which connects us, which is specifically different from other parts of Europe. So it's very different to understand for those who are strategically programming the research things. And we have subtopics, and from these subtopics we will discuss the first one, the third one, and the 5th one. And I'm really, really sorry that we didn't have another few days for all the other topics. But still think it's very important that we will talk about these 6. And for the last slide, really just to remind you that we are here to build a tower, and this is our vision. But you know, it's very nice, but exactly what we would like to achieve, so on a practical level, is what I try to summarize you in the last slide, is to help to validate the topics, the 6 topics I mentioned, help the networking. I really was enjoying the coffee break in that sense. And also we would like to work on with the V4 and 3 declaration to have it more synchronized, harmonized, how Barna told us, to have one voice, because that one voice is stronger and can achieve more. And also, after 1 year of intense work, now we find that we should formalize our cooperation and operational working. So we are really hoping to have a discussion on that and how to move forward for the next 1 year at least. So thank you very much, and I'm giving the floor to Gusti, who will have an insight of what will happen with you after the lunch break.